Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, how a local business is tapping into traffic at the street fair to get new employees. A lawsuit sheds new light on a crash that killed 2 teens. Plus, police need your help identifying the person in this video. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. It's a first alert weather day as smoke from the Canadian wildfires continues to affect our air quality. Let's head straight to Hutch tonight with a look at conditions. Hutch.
Stacy, thanks so much. Smoke indeed the headline of our area, but now, ironically enough, flooding rainfall from these little pimples here causing a lot of rain because they're stationary to fall in just a very small area. We have some in Lakes Country, not far from Cormorant Lakes up towards Holly, and central Grand Forks County getting hit the hardest, but Griggs and Steele County seeing some thunder shower activity too. The lightning and thunder starting to diminish with these cells already. Now take a look at this. See the bullseye right here. This is north of Larimore. Radar estimates 11.2 inches of rain in the core of that. Now, Griggs County out there near the Carrington area, Foster County seeing some rain, as is the Steele County area. Estimates over 2 inches there. But where this bullseye is, located just 6 miles as the crow flies northeast of Larimore, that is where we have the estimate of 11 inches of rain. That can be skewed a little bit by hail, and there was indeed some small hail in that, but likely some lofty rainfall totals there. A flood advisory for this area until 10:45 tonight, and we are getting pictures in, which I'll share with you momentarily, of the flooding. Now, we have unhealthy smoke conditions right here through the valley. It is a first alert weather day this Thursday because of that smoke forecast. So the green here you see shows a lot of smoke in the atmosphere. A little break tomorrow for our western counties. Still smoky on Friday in Minnesota, and then by Saturday it comes right back at us, and it could be even worse for some of our area here along and near Interstate 94. Your forecast looks hot. Stacy, I'll have details on that in Maine weather here in a minute.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. You're looking live now at the downtown Fargo Street Fair. Today's the first day of the 3-day fair filled with people shopping, picking up some fair food, and people doing job interviews. Valley News Team's JC Dodd tells us how, when it comes to hiring, one Fargo business is meeting people where they're at.
We could hire 50 people today and have spots for them in the next week or two, so 50 plus, I'd say.
The employee shortage is impacting the nation, and the FM area is being hit hard. Restaurants, daycares, and so many more businesses throughout the area are struggling to get new employees. But Marvin, a window and door manufacturing company in Fargo, is trying something new, using the annual Downtown Fargo Street Fair to recruit new hires.
We're literally doing interviews on site.
In the first 2 hours of the event, they've already made a few job offers. But that's not all. Just for filling out an application, they're giving people $20 in cash.
We're growing like crazy, so we need to hire folks, which creates more opportunities for people to grow with the company.
Marvin employees say they've had a steady stream of 2 to 3 applications per hour, and they're just happy with the turnout. With booths surrounding the whole Broadway Square, Barta says it's not just about hiring, it's about getting involved in the community.
It's partly about hiring, but it's a lot about just awareness in our community on who is Marvin.
In downtown Fargo, JC Dodd, Valley News Live.
The fair will run until 9 tonight and pick up again at 10 a.m. tomorrow and Saturday.
The only way evil persists is when good people do nothing. I try to consider it not a perfect person, but I try to do the right thing. Try to be the good guy. So that's why I'm speaking up.
Just 1 week after filing a federal civil rights lawsuit against Park Christian School and a Minnesota State Patrol trooper, the parents of 2 teen boys killed in a 2015 crash gave emotional and explosive accusations of why they say it was a botched investigation and a cover-up. That crash happened on June 23, 2015 on I-94 near Dalton, Minnesota, killing both 18-year-old Zachary and his brother, 14-year-old Connor Qualvog. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley was at this morning's conference by the boys' parents. She joins us live now in the studio with our story. Bailey.
Stacey Ray and Kathy Qualvog say the biggest problem in the crash investigation comes from the investigator himself, Sergeant Rod Ishins with Minnesota State Patrol. Qualvog say Sergeant Ishins claimed to never take a report from one of the surviving crash victims, and Ishins ruled the crash as an overcorrection by 18-year-old Zachary Qualvog and stated that's what put them in the ditch. However, a 26-page long statement from that victim was later found, contradicting Ishins' report, as the victim stated Zachary Qualvog was not distracted or speeding at the time of the crash, instead stating a semi started veering into the lane of the teen-filled car, causing the crash.
Why did you say, Mr. Eichens, I did not take a statement from him at that time, which was June 24th of 2015? That's the question we want to ask him. Why would you say that? My only assumption, based on all the evidence that we have, is he's protecting his friends, because that report completely exonerated Zachary Qualvog from the accident.
The lawsuit also claims the Eichens also has close personal connections to both Park Christian Schools and school leaders, including both the current and former school presidents, which the lawsuit claims Eichens never disclosed to either the Qualvog family or his superiors, because if he did, he would have been removed from the case, and in turn, the Qualvogs say the cover-up for Eichens' friends at Park Christian never would have happened. The Qualvogs emphasize they're not in this for the money. Rather, they say they just want the truth to finally come out so they can start having closure over 6 years later. Stacey.
Thanks so much, Bailey. So far, a response from either State Patrol or Park Christian Schools has not been filed in court. Fargo police are asking for help identifying a man in a fight outside the old Broadway in downtown Fargo. It happened early Sunday morning. This video is being shared on social media and shows a man who appears to be held on the ground and hit by another man. Fargo police are investigating, but they're hoping to speak with that man who was hit. If you know who he is, call dispatch 701-451-7660. This man is facing several charges after barricading himself inside a Super 8 motel room with a knife. 59-year-old Kevin Brushwine was arrested for terrorizing, preventing arrest, drug paraphernalia, and 2 unrelated warrants. The SWAT team was called out to the Fargo motel to try and make contact with him. He was barricaded for more than 4 hours. Guests were evacuated from their rooms while police tried to sort things out. The SWAT team eventually set off a flashbang to distract him and took him into custody. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed an executive order today restricting conversion therapy for LGBTQ youth in the state, a widely discredited practice aiming to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity. At least 20 other states have banned conversion therapy. Minnesota joins 4 other states whose governors took executive action against it.
EO that I'm going to sign empowers existing law that already is in state agencies, from the Minnesota Department of Human Rights to the Minnesota Department of Health to the Commerce Department, to ensure that no minor Minnesotan, anyone under 18 or vulnerable Minnesotans, is subjected to this Byzantine torturous practice of conversion therapy.
Governor Walz's actions today don't outright ban the practice, as some states have done, but it bans public funds from being used for it. To actually outlaw the practice rests with state lawmakers. Our drought is causing issues now at boat launches. The DNR says some people are having a tough time getting their boats into or out of the water at public launches. In many places, the concrete ramps aren't reaching all the way into the water, and hazards like prop wash holes can become even more problematic. When water levels are low, people are more likely to back their trailer past the ramp's end and get stuck. The DNR is encouraging you to check the firmness of the gravel at the end of the ramp and check how deep the water is before you use it. And choose a different lake or river if you have to. The city of Grand Forks is asking all residents to limit their outdoor water use, specifically watering lawns, as part of the city's drought management and demand reduction plan. Starting tomorrow, residents are asked to limit the watering of their lawns between 4 a.m. and 11 a.m. 2 days a week to help minimize evaporation. Next month, MN Pass will become Easy Pass. It'll allow enrolled Minnesotans to seamlessly use express lanes and toll roads in 19 states across the Midwest and on the East Coast. The Minnesota Department of Transportation announced today that the switch will happen August 2nd. While current MN Pass tags will continue to work on Minnesota roads after that date, they won't function as an Easy Pass in other states. Those who are currently enrolled in MN Pass and want an Easy Pass will need to switch tags. Minnesota's unemployment rate held steady at 4% in June as the state recorded its first month of job losses since December. The State Department of Employment and Economic Development reported the new numbers today, saying the state lost 600 jobs last month on a seasonally adjusted basis. Officials cautioned that growth has been uneven as the state recovers from the recession caused by the pandemic. Still ahead tonight, a look at how one Minnesota entrepreneur is broadening the cultural diversity in Nordstrom.
And ironically enough, tonight we have flooding across Grand Forks County, just north of Larimore. Thanks so much, Brenda, for sharing these photos. A lot of rain falling very quickly and over one area. We'll have details on this, the smoke, the heat, all of it. Your forecast is next.